Is day 3 of my High Sierra Trail trip, and I'm currently deep into the backcountry of Sequoia National Park. I'm walking next to the Chigupa, again I'm not sure how that's pronounced, creek, at least one of its tributaries, along the Chigupa Plateau. So today I'll be dropping down into the Kern River Canyon and following that most of the day. Fun part about that is there's Kern Hot Springs along the way. So if I make a good enough time this morning, I'm gonna spend some quality time there and have a wilderness spa day. That's the goal for today. So this is what I'm currently walking. It's right around sunrise. To my right, kind of where all those trees are, is the creek. And the trail I'm taking is technically the High Sierra Trail. There's two options in this section. You could go down to Moraine Lake, which I almost did yesterday before I decided not to, and then, or you could take the official trail, which is right here. They both meet up at the same point before you go down into the Kern River Canyon area. So that's what's going on now. This is kind of a cool little section, not only because I've got great views of that mountain over there, but you can see there's a whole bunch of dead trees. But down here, there's a whole bunch of young trees that are growing. So I'm wondering if this was a controlled burn or if this was an actual wildfire. So there's a lot of dead trees, but a lot of new growth as well. As you can see, the sun is coming up too. I see a trail sign, so this must be the junction of the trail that came from Moraine Lake, which I guess should be over there. So this is where I'm going to make my turn and start heading down. So yeah, Kern River, 3.8 miles this way, and then that was Moraine Lake. So 3.8 miles down, according to the map and the description. The first part's not so bad. First part's pretty gradual going down, but then you're just going to drop a lot of elevation very quickly to get down to the river, and because it's kind of in a canyon. So that should be fun. But right now it's a beautiful morning. Nice gradual downhill, and so I'll enjoy this while I can until I get to the steep part. Haven't quite hit the steep part of the switchbacks, but man, am I getting some gorgeous views. So that's clearly the other side of the canyon. But in the morning light, those peaks look gorgeous. What a time to be hiking. And just like yesterday, it should be clear in the morning and then have potential thunderstorms in the afternoon. So it should be a beautiful morning, and then we'll see about the afternoon. First look down the Kern River Canyon. That is really pretty. At the top of the switchbacks, I'm probably not going to enjoy going down them, though the view is probably going to be really nice, because from the map it kind of looks like I just go bloop, kind of like straight down there. So yeah, so my feet will probably hurt, my knees will probably be wobbly, but final stretch down into the canyon where I can meet up with the Kern River. I'm a little lower down on the switchbacks now. You're starting to see out through the canyon. There is a pretty little meadow right there, and getting better views of the Kern River itself. So once I get down to the switchbacks, I'm actually heading this way, north, up the Kern River. But that's a nice view south down this canyon. Made it down to the bottom of the canyon. Next stop, Hot Springs. I should be getting pretty close to the hot springs, but the trail just kind of opened up on this riverbed a little bit. You can see more of the canyon that I'm in. The rest of the trail was, if you can see the canyon, the rest of the trail was mainly kind of walking through pine and ferns. It's nice and cool. It was very pretty. There are some parts that were just rock, and that wasn't fun. But really looking forward to getting to the hot springs. My legs could use a really good soak. The trail's gonna cross the Kern right here. Sometimes when these creek crossings are just too dangerous all year round, there'll be these bridges way back here in the backcountry. So that's what this is, and as you can see from the flow of the Kern, that's probably a good thing that it's here. Because, yeah, I wouldn't be able to cross this unless I found a shallower part or a log that went across it, like maybe upstream there. But instead, I have this nice bridge. Well, it looks like I found the hot spring and also where all the people are at. There's some bear boxes so that you can camp here. So people probably spend a day or majority of the day here. But there should be a concrete tub with that collects the hot spring pool water, basically. Pulls the hot spring water, and then it flows out into the cold Kern. So I'm going to take a little bit of time there, and then I'm going to keep going for the day. So there's a Boy Scout group by the hot spring itself. They're packing up though, so I just moved a little bit downstream where there's actually like a beach for my stuff. And decided to hop in the water first, hop in the cold water. It is cold, but it feels really good on my legs. Feels really good to get clean, and it's in just a ridiculously gorgeous area, so I can't complain. But gonna hop in the hot spring after they leave, and then have lunch, and then probably move on myself. Just cooling off my feet in the river. Life's so terrible. This is a gorgeous spot, and the water feels really good once I've gotten a little bit used to it. So now that the Boy Scouts have moved on, I can give a little bit of a better tour of the hot springs here. So this is the canyon with the Kern River. Over here is a sign that says to protect this spring by using the lower tub. So that's this over here. So this is the spring itself. This is where it springs up. It's a hot spring. I've touched the water. It is very hot, but it flows underneath into this basin right here. And there's a nice little pot there for you to pour the hot water over wherever you want to pour it. It's a little too hot to actually soak in though, so it's just treating the parts of your body that need to be treated, and then it flows out into the Kern here. So I haven't checked these pools out, but they should be a little bit warmer. I found that spot downstream that's less muddy. You can see it's kind of mucky in this area, and that's where the trail is, just right back here. It's downstream is that beach, and it's less muddy. So I'm gonna eat lunch down there, and then I'm gonna come back here and check out this stuff, and maybe pour a little bit of water over my legs, and then just enjoy this area now that I got it to myself. You know what? I was wrong. This is not too hot. This is amazing. It feels great. Well, I have to hike after this. I've been going in and out of these since I came down into the canyon. These fern-lined sections, and got a lot of pine trees in there, and they're usually nice and shaded and cool. So it is very hot today down in the canyon, so it's nice to be able to go through these beautiful and cool sections, and they smell pretty amazing as well. Came upon a nice little window on the trail to see the kern again. Right now the trail is just kind of going directly next to it. So you can see it through the trees, and then every once in a while you get a window to the nice clear cold water. Over here it's beautiful and sunny and clear. This is where the trail is going right now. But over here, maybe not so much. So might get some thunderstorms after all. They do weird things. Thunderstorms, like yesterday I saw them and I was on the edge of them, but like as I was walking I seemed to be pushing them away from me. So if that happens again today, that'd be awesome. But still walking the river trail. The river's way over on the other side now. Yeah, and it's actually not that far to the campsite location I was going to pick for today. So until then. Okay, this is more of what I remember of creek crossings in the Sierra. So this is the trail right here, and then it flows right here. I might be able to pick my way across. There's a couple spots that look like it would be really tricky around here, but maybe through there. But I see there's a social trail going up this way, so just gonna scout out this little crossing. But yeah, this is kind of like what I did on the PCT, is they all look like this or worse. So gonna go figure out how to get across it. I technically am across, though I am still in it. You can see the water only went up to about shin. I did use the this little area behind the boulder where it splits in two. Those fast moving parts were not that deep, so I just faced into the current and didn't really have an issue. Didn't feel like I was out of control. So just gotta, I guess, finish crossing this water crossing and keep going. As you can see, the clouds rolled in, so got overcast. So I know this won't come out on camera, but maybe you can see some stuff bouncing off the bottom of the ground here. I not only got caught in thunderstorm, I got caught in a hailstorm. So it is hailing right now. I'm like a mile and a half from the campsite, so unless it gets really bad, I'm just gonna go for it and set up my tent and just wait the rest of this out. Look at all that hail. All those white dots are hail. This is a hailstorm. Hailstorm update, it got bad. So I'm taking shelter under the least hail spot I can find. And I've got plenty of hours until sunset. I'm gonna wait this out. You can see the light in the end. Contrast here, look at the river. Whew. But you can see the light streaming through up there. The hail has turned to rain, and I am moving forward. That was an adventure. Okay, so hopefully this is my last adventure for camp. Over here past this log is the trail crossing of Wallace Creek. Normally I would take this big log crossing here, but I got on it and it was so slick. So I went down to this widest part here. Went up to my knees, but I was able to get across. So I'm actually crossing Wallace Creek again tomorrow, but further upstream. But that should, fingers crossed, be my last obstacle before the campground. So I don't know if you can see it on video, but this log is steaming. I made it to the Junction Meadow campground, and everything is has kind of this haze from the sun evaporating everything. This log is definitely smoking. I don't think it's coming out on video. But this is the campground, and everybody's just trying to dry out their stuff. But that's it for today.